Almost got run over by Russell Davis and Jake Jennings at the beginning of practice. It was the 8th practice of Washington's spring ball. Got a good look at the defense to get things started. These are the safeties. That's Mikel Esteen, number 24. And also getting a look at number 21, Dyson McCutcheon, getting through some defensive back drills. McCutcheon was the first player to announce that he'd be withdrawing from the transfer portal back in January when Jedd Fisch and his staff were announced as the next coaches at Washington. And he spoke highly of that coaching staff after practice, as well as talking about the competitive bond that this defensive back room has this spring. Moving now to the other side of the field to look at the wide receivers. And a guy I really like to watch, number 23, true freshman Jason Robinson Jr. And just through a few practices so far this spring, one of the best route runners I've seen up close. Really gets in and out of breaks well, quick feet, start-stop capability is elite, and he is really fast. Jumping over to the quarterbacks, it was a really windy day on the East practice field at Washington, but Will Rogers made it look easy, connecting on some deep throws in and out of the wind. He connected over the middle here to Denzel Boston, a connection we'll see a lot this fall. And he put this deep ball right in the hands of Rashid Williams in the face of a tough crosswind. Damon Williams Jr. was also throwing the ball pretty well, getting one to Giles Jackson. And coming over the middle here to Jackson Gerard. After practice, we talked to wide receivers coach Kevin Cummings. He spoke about their hands-on approach as a coaching staff with these wide receivers, as well as the optimism in this room for next year. They lose 3 NFL picks, but the guys coming up next year are going to surprise people across the country. This is a good wide receiver room at Washington.
I think it's great. There's a standard, and these guys understand what the standard is of receiver play over here. And, we've been able to...
And here's a couple of them in a joint interview after practice. That's Giles Jackson on the left, Denzel Boston on the right. It's a strong chemistry between these two, and that extends to the practice field with the other wide receivers. The group builds off of each other, a lot of internal competition, and a lot of big plays being made at practice.
That's my evil twin. There's not a lot of people. Me and Zell, we on the same.
Yeah, we on the same.
Yeah.
Walking off the field inside Husky Stadium in the late afternoon, we're through the halfway point at Washington spring practice.